Since 2015, with the American NGO Vital Voices, I've had the honor of supporting business women from all over the world as a marketing and sales coach, an enriching experience that has taught me that everything in life has a purpose and that there is no cause that is not worth fighting for. These remarkable women work tirelessly for a noble mission to leave this world a little better. These are their inspiring stories. Today, Beatriz Alves, CEO and founder of BR Goods in Brazil. Recognized worldwide for its great biodiversity, its carnivals, and soccer as a religion, Brazil is the fifth largest country in the world by extension. Its 211 million inhabitants represent a third of the population of Latin America. Its capital is Brasilia, and its official language, Portuguese. Thank you once again for being here. Today we have another episode of Voices of the World. Today I have my friend Beatriz Alves from Brazil, from the wonderful country of Brazil. Beatriz, welcome.
Hi, David. Hi, everybody. It's really pleasure to be here. I'm really honored for this invitation. I'm happy, as I told you, I'm the owner and founder and owner of BR Goods, and today I'm the CEO, which is a Brazilian company.
That is great.
Yes.
Yes, we will be talking a lot about BR Good. So let's start with that. Beatriz, BR Good, your company, the company you lead, specializes in different products for hospitals, right? Please tell us about the products you offer and which type of customer you attend, so we can have a sense of your own business.
Okay, we start with cubicle curtains that gives privacy to the patient. And now we also manufacture and install handrail, corner, wall protection system, bumper, mainly for hospitals, okay? And our differentiation is the technology inside of the raw material, such as flame retardant, antifungal, antimicrobial, and now biocide. And it's something that our client, which is hospitals and clinics all over Brazil and all over the world, because we export to more than 10 countries, they really understand it and understand our value proposition. But on the past, it was not that.
Yeah, I can imagine, because it's not an easy market. I mean, it's a very technical process of selling process, and the procurement process just implies a lot of work and small details and a lot of things, right?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Everything that we include in the raw material, we have to analyze and to test, because the place we are going to install, it must be a healthy place. It's a hospital. They really care about the cross contamination. They care about the well-being of the patient. So we also have to take care about our products.
Yeah, it's very demanding because of those environments where you have to install the products and you have to provide your products. Actually, I remember one of your core differences is actually the speed from production to installation, because it is something very critical. Not only the product itself, as you were saying, all the benefits and technical specs and the performance of the products, but also the behind the scenes and all the process that it implies just from production to installation. Actually, there's one story that you told me about the Olympics in 2016 there in Brazil.
Yes.
When your company was providing a lot of these curtains and handrails and these things for the Olympics, and you were in a hurry. So it's quite an experience. Could you please tell us a little bit about that, so we can learn and what you did? Because I think it just emphasizes the core difference you have.
Yes, yes, it was an amazing experience. It was experience that I have to use all my effort to deliver the best. And I remember that we had only 3 months and a half to deliver to the Olympic Games. It was 7,300 window curtains. And I remember that in this time, 3 months and a half, we buy the raw material, we prepare the fabric, and we prepare the window curtains, and we install also. And we only could do this because and we plan a lot. We plan since how to buy the raw material, what the exactly date, and how to produce in a fast way, and how to install it, because we could not waste time or deliver in more time. Otherwise, the Olympic Games would be over. So we could not delay all this. And it was a huge client. It's a really important client that after this we start to grow a lot. It was a client that we learn a lot, and we also learn how to differentiate our marketing and how to review our value proposition. And I remember also that when we are together with some competitors, when we were going to install some samples, we didn't have the approval yet. They analyzing how much time we waste to install the curtains. So it was not only the product, but the way we install it, how fast we were. And I remember once I was talking with the engineer department, they didn't have approved yet our code. And I told them that when we produce, we know exactly the address of the building, exactly the floor of the building that we have to install, because this helps if you are dealing with big buildings. And I remember on that time it was at 35 buildings with 7 floors. So just imagine installing 7,300 window curtains. We could get lost if we don't know exactly the procedure, exactly the building, exactly the floor we're supposed to install. We could get lost, and we have to avoid it. So I think that we plan, and we thought about what could do wrong, what mistakes it could happen during the process. So it was not only about the technology, but it was only also about the process and how our system will help us in this process. It was amazing, and everything we did everything properly, and they were really happy. It was amazing.
It is amazing, and I think that the key learnings are, first of all, as you said, of course, you have a core difference within the product, which is the technology inside, right? But besides that, and specifically for that project, if your customer didn't get the product on time and everything was set on time, I mean, didn't matter anymore. I mean, you could have a great product, but if it's not delivered and installed in the right way at the right time, and I think that some of your competitors didn't have that capacity of response, since you were just planning and organizing everything. And the key learning there is that, of course, you can have differences within the product, but just other things like logistics, installation, and preparation, and then the planning is a difference itself, right?
Yes, yes. But I also did something wrong. I will tell you. I remember that on that time, as I sold to the Olympic Games window curtains, I thought I could sell to all the hotels in Brazil. So I
Okay.
remember that it was a big selling, and everything did right and on time. So I'm really good on this. But then I prepare myself and the whole company to sell windows curtains, and I start to offer to the hotels. And believe me, this took me a lot of time, a lot of effort, because we have 25 representatives all over Brazil. So how I'm going to help them to sell our window curtains? Because I was used to cubicle curtains with technology. Windows curtains, it was no technology inside. It was a window curtain with a normal fabric. But I really believe that I could do this. And then we prepare ourselves, 9 months working all this, trying to selling, but no, I couldn't find any client for window curtain. I know it was amazing. And I remember I told you about this. And then you explained me about the value proposition. What is our value proposition? Then I really understood what it means. It's the technology. This is what I am good. The technology, the flame retardant inside the polymer, the antifungus, antibacterial, now the virucide that lasts forever. So who is going to analyze, who is going to understand this, my value proposition? So I have to go after clients that understand, that match my value proposition with the needs of the clients. And believe me, on the past, I didn't understand the whole meaning of the value proposition. And once you helped me, no, everything was so clear to me and so obvious that I got crazy, because I came back to Brazil and I started to clean my clients, my prospect. Okay, so forget about hotels. Let's focus on hospitals, because they are the one who wants our products. So it was amazing.
And I think it's a great learning, Beatrice, because one of the most challenging things, I think, for almost every business is to say no to a customer, or to just try to narrow the scope of the market that they are attending, because of course we are looking for sales, and sometimes we think that sales come from any type of customer. Thing is that some of them might not value the arguments we have, and it's pretty common, because when you say that you have a carton with technology, which is flame retardant and antibacterial and a lot of benefits, and you could say that anyone should value that, right? Because that's something that you wish that you have. But not every customer in your case was ready for that and was willing to pay the price. That's why you are just more concentrated maybe on hospitals and other types of customers. Even though I was thinking about the Olympics experience, because you might think that they were not that interested on the health issue, or did they? I mean, were they interested in that, or just the speed of installation and everything, or was that an argument?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I remember one thing that helped me to sell to them was understanding their needs. And it was not the speed of the installation and, of course, the quality of the product, but part of the curtains I hired to them. Understand? Because they hire some apartments and they have to give it back to the owner, the apartments. Okay, so part of the curtains, I don't remember the amount, I had to take it back. So they need a company that sells part of the material, and the other part could go back there and take it out, take it back, the curtain. So I need, just talking with the clients, understanding their needs, understand everything, and digging, and, talking a lot. Then I discovered, then I remember there was one of the engineer told, oh, well, but we will have problems to deliver the apartment to whom we are going to sell these curtains, part of the, and I said, well, what? You need to sell? Why? No, because we have to deliver the apartment. It's not our apartment. I said, well, I can hire to you, no problem. If you want this, no problem. I sell a little bit, I hire it. No problem. Let me go back and see the price. So,
there you go.
Yes. So I really, what I can say that we have to need to understand the need of our clients, because sometimes it's not that, the procedures, everything that they are going to have, all the problems that they are going to have with our product, not problems, but the procedures that he's going to have after using our product. It was amazing, and he got really happy because someone fast, quality, and that can match their needs, can hire a little bit. So it was great.
It's a great learning because you can have more than one difference, right? More than one argument, depending on what is that customer willing to pay for, or what is that customer interested in. For some customers as hospitals, maybe they are so interested on the technology of your product, of course, as the main argument, and the other elements are just kind of a complement of that. But for that case, was your flexibility and the ability that you had just to supply them in a very short time, and also to have the capacity to uninstall maybe some of them. And
Yes,
also,
yes.
there are other segments that they do not value anything from you. And how do you tell the difference? Because that's a very amazing. How do you tell the difference between a good prospect and a bad prospect? How do we know when to say no, or when to approach a certain type of customers, or not?
This is a really difficult question. I think my team is much better than me. Well, but I learn with all this. I learn a lot. I think the first thing is be attached with your value propositions, and if this match with your clients. If you analyze your client, the market, and he values your value proposition, it will be a good client. If no, if that client that takes too much time from your team and from the whole company, is not a good client. Today we have a lot of governmental hospitals being built, and we go after private hospitals, not from the government, because we know that it's hard to show our value proposition. We know the laws in Brazil, and we know that we have to face, we will face problem with this. So it's not only the problem, it's not only the product, it's not only the value proposition, but it's the whole procedures that comes after a selling. So when you start to go after a prospect, be sure that it will be the right prospect. Sometimes we receive really big quotes, but we know that the client won't be able to pay or will have difficult to receive. And we are small, we cannot, not so small, but we are growing. We cannot afford not receiving payments. And I remember that when I was dealing with the Olympic Games, was really important. I could not start to make the product without receiving advance of money. If they couldn't give me the advance of money, no way. I'm not going to put in risk the company because of a big client. So we have to take care about the value proposition and about the whole procedures after you make the selling.
Actually, they must fit with your own values, with your own company values. I mean, because sometimes we just don't take care of that. And you attend around 2,300 hospitals in Brazil, and export to 10 countries, right?
Yes. It's 2,300 hospitals.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So, how do you manage to continuously differentiate your product, your company, and your value proposition with so many clients around the country and overseas, because you have competitors from all over the world, I suppose.
Yes.
Lots of changing technologies and demanding clients and new needs and a lot of things. How do you handle that idea of just continuously looking for the new frontier and just stay ahead of anyone else?
Mhm. Well, I think it's a lot of things that we for the last 2 years we grow 50%. We are growing a lot. Okay, and we are a company with a lot of ideas, a lot of innovation. So with this in mind, I have to organize my innovation. So I started a P&D, it's research and a researching department. Okay, research and innovation department. So I call someone. I made some partnership with Open Innovation, and we just launched this research department. So to organize and we are being able to launch product with Viruseed. In 2 months, for the next 2 months, we are going to launch a handrail with the Viruseed that kills the coronavirus. So all our ideas and all our innovation we send to this department to make organization, okay? And we also, to be more productive, we are including some IoT in our production. So we are in the middle of a digital transformation. So we are working with technology all over the company. Okay, so in our production, we are including the IoT. So all the machines we working with technology when they are starting, when they finish, what kind of what quote they are preparing, and everything. And the main areas we are include also a BI to analyze faster. Remember, I told you that I have 25 representatives, and we are hiring more representatives, and we also export. So for example, we make more than 500 quotes per month. How I'm going to deal with all this? So I have an integrated system, which now with the BI, I can analyze the quotes in a faster way. I can analyze the quotes, the approving quotes, what kind of product we are dealing, so in much faster way. So this is giving us help to grow. And also we make some partnerships that we are developing some softwares, because I have to, as I work with building constructions, hospital building constructions, sometimes we receive the blueprint plans, okay? Now, this is easy because I have some architects and engineering, and they can analyze the quantities of the products. But bailing, it's not a new hospital, okay? They are going to rebuild the hospital, the area. So I have to send someone there to take the measure of the place. And to avoid this, we are developing some software so we can take the measure without going inside of the of the hospital, of the area, because we work with COVID areas. Now we install in COVID areas, and all the hospitals, they are with a lot of people. They cannot take the patients from the room for us to install. This is our reality. It was already our reality, and with this pandemic moment, we have to send our team to install with the patients there. So how can I do this in a better way? To avoid to make sure that our team, they are going to deliver the work in a health way, and also the patients. So, it's a lot of things to think about, but only having open mind, analyze all the software, making some open innovation. I'm sure that all the countries has this kind of thing. So this is helping me a lot, and helping me to make this differentiation, because the clients, they notice this, they notice it. And also another thing that we start to do, we start to involve it much more with our clients, to understand the clients, understand their needs, understand what they need in order to use our product, how they are, in my case, how they are going to clean the product, what are the challenges they have on day-to-day using our product, and how I can help them. So, thinking on all this, we start to develop a lot of things that helps our products. And I'm sure this is how we are being differentiating with our clients.
And it's amazing. Actually, you were talking about understanding the client to identify opportunities and just to continue growing and just getting new technology and a lot of productivity, innovation, and research, and a lot of things. Actually, you, as I understand, you deal with two different clients, right? I mean, one is a construction company, and the other one
Yes.
is the hospital itself.
Yes.
And it happens in many markets that you need to get both parts involved. How do you approach that process? I mean, you go directly to the hospital and then to the construction company, or you use your main alliances with the construction companies that just present your company to hospitals, or how do you handle that relationship with both parts?
Actually, I discovered a long time ago that we have to talk with everybody. We have to talk with the hospitals and we have to talk with the constructions.
Mhm.
But when the talking is different, the hospital, they care about the health, the cross contamination, and the speech is different. The speech, yes, is different with the hospital from the construction company. The construction company, they care about all this, of course, but they care if we are not going to delay, if we are going to install it on time, if our product, they are not going to have problems with our product.
Mhm.
If all my team is going to install with all the security things that they have to install, and it's different arguments with the construction company from the hospital company. Of course,
And
both of them care about everything, but we are going to focus on different items.
and which one is concerned for the price? Both of them?
And both of them. This is terrible. This is terrible. And believe me, I got lost on the beginning of this year. I'm going to tell you the truth and to all our friends that we got lost in pricing because we have a lot. I think all over the world have a lot of problem with raw material. Some raw material, antibacterial, antifungus, virucide, and I work a lot with plastic compounds, polymer, and it was missing. No, all over the world it was missing, and the price it was crazy. So in the beginning, we faced problem with this, but now we managed to get back on the rail.
Back on track.
Yes, yes,
That is
yes.
great. Beatriz, what are your plans for the future? You have improved your company a lot. I mean, you are growing a lot, and what's your next step?
Mhm. Well, grow more, much more in Brazil. We did just analyze that the market is really big. So although we are growing 50%, I think we can grow 10 times in the next 6 years. The whole company. Okay, I think all the clients of Brazil start to notice our company and how we work with quality and we seriously work with this technology. And also export more. Today we export to more than 10 countries, but it's mainly on the south of Brazil, South America. We are increasing our exporting, but we want to enter in Europe and on the Arab world. I'm traveling on September to a big fair. It's the Big Five Fair. It's a construction fair related to constructions company, and I have some prospect there that they are already asking for our product. It's just a question of analyze the price, but the quantities is very big, and all the Arab world it's growing. The healthcare area is growing, so I think the future ours.
Looks very bright.
Yes, yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
A lot of expectations and new customers, new markets, new products, a lot of things.
Yes, yeah,
I
and
want to know.
using a lot of technology to help us to grow. We are not going to grow without technology.
Totally agree. Great. Beatrice, just we are near the end of the interview, and I would like to know, what do you love the most from the wonderful Brazil? Because I personally love Brazil, the happiness of the people, they're always smiling and enjoying life, and and dancing, and this energy all the time. Just to have a sense of your country, what do you love the most, and or what could you share with us about your wonderful country?
Yes, I think you said everything. I think we have so many challenges here in Brazil, and every day, and also being entrepreneur, it's crazy. Believe me, it's crazy being entrepreneur here in Brazil, and we continue happy. We continue to believe that we can. So I think this is amazing, and also the beach, the weather, the Amazon forest. I think everything here. We have really beautiful place. So come to Brazil.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Yes, yes, I will be waiting.
Which is where people could find out BR Goods and your company, or know more about you.
Well, we have a website in the internet. They can call me in the LinkedIn or on the Instagram. We are all over. Just go after BR Goods,
Great.
healthcare products. Okay.
Well, Beatrice, once again, thank you very much for your time and for sharing your experience and all those learnings that you have had during the past years, and for sharing your new perspectives and just new ways to look at our companies, and just with the optimism that always within you.
Thank
So thank you
you.
so much.
And one more thing, David, I really want to thank you about all your lessons or all our conversation during the Vita Voice Grow. It was amazing. It really changed my company. Knowing the value proposition, it changed my company. It changed everything. So I will be forever thank you for you.
Not at all. My great
Okay,
pleasure,
thank
and
you.
I'm so honored. Well, Beatrice, thank you
So,
so much, and have a great day.
the same to you. It was a
Bye.
pleasure. Bye. I always heard about the challenges of being an entrepreneur, but I only understood it after I started my journey. I made my first curtain on my living room floor. It was a gift that, without even imagining, became the beginning of BR Goods history. Since then, we have evolved a lot. Today, we are one of the go-to providers for cubicle curtains and wall protection systems, with cutting-edge technology in the composition of our raw materials. This adds flame retardant and antimicrobial effects that last the entire life of the products. The path to start my business was not easy, and along the way, I leveraged communities such as Duane. Through the Duane community, I'm able to connect and be inspired by women who also believe they can transform their business by learning from each other with technology's help. In the last 10 years with Duane, I learned that with focus, discipline, and resilience, BR Goods could scale the way I envisioned it, with innovation, quality, technology, and sustainability. And our future goes beyond. I want to see our products making a difference around the world. I want to continue learning and be able to guide other women through the entrepreneurship journey.